Greetings, people of the world! Matthew back with you here at Navora Autism for the continuation of Let's Play Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn. It is day 38 of 75 here for EDSS in the Realm Reborn, which means we've reached the halfway mark in this particular Let's Play. And here, today, I'm at Costa del Sol, or Costa del Sol, depending on how you want to pronounce it, to show you that once you get to the rank of a sergeant in the Grand Company, or at least in the Grand Company I'm in, Maelstrom, this is where you come to get your next set of guild levies. So, where specifically you go to do this, and I'm not going to do them because, for demonstration purposes to give you a bit of an idea of what they're about, because I can come back here later and do them. All I need to really do is just basically explain that when you do a guild levy, it's always going to be the same style as in the previous ones we did before. There's going to be a time-based, a luck-based, a quest where you have to have reinforcements to deal with, and also one that you have to protect cargo. So here for Maelstrom, when you come to Costa del Sol, this is the person you speak to once you reach the rank of a sergeant. So this is a couple of the examples of what you would have to deal with. There's Road Warriors, and You Are Not a Pirate. You Are Not a Pirate is the luck-based one. Road Warriors is the one where you have to defend against enemies trying to destroy cargo. So, just wanted to take this opportunity to explain a couple of the examples. But we're going to get back to the main storyline today. So, to do that, we are going back to home points, which in my case is New Gridania. Because it is here in New Gridania where we are going to be able to continue with the storyline of the game. So, this is definitely a good opportunity to start searching for clues that will allow us to continue on with the main storyline itself. So, when we last broke off from the main storyline, the person we were last speaking to was a commander in the Order of the Twin Adder, Forsay Hulwa, and this is who we have to speak to in order to continue along with the main story. So, once we have officially warped ourselves to New Gridania, let's go over to the Order of the Twin Adder, talk to him, and continue on with the storyline. So, the Twin Adder building is right over here. And is here where we will hopefully find the commander. Yep, taking his break, and now he's back. Commander Hulwa, ready to continue with the main story. So, he has a level 24 quest entitled Back from the Wood. Commander Hulwa appears to have more to say. And yeah, considering we're 6 levels to the good, I'd say we're gonna do just fine. So, let's see what Commander Hulwa has to say to us. The Sylphic folk have long been friends to Gridania. The mere thought of being at war with them pained the elder Seedseer to no end. But, owing to your efforts, she will be able to rest easier. Being the benevolent soul that she is, my lady will surely try to find a way to reverse the tempering process. I didn't know that they were capable of doing that, but hey, if they can pull it off, all the more power to them. Once again, I thank you. And the signs of the Seventh Dawn not offered to mediate between our peoples, suspicion and doubt may well lead us into needless conflict. Pray pass on my regards to Lady Minfilia. Who, just ironically by Link Pearl.
Hello! Hello, Edie! Can you hear me? It is I, Minfilia. Ida and Popolima returned some little while ago, and they wasted no time in regaling me with your tale of your exploits. Thanks in large part to you, the name of one Primal may be struck from our list of enemies, and the Gridanians may turn their attention to more pressing matters. Well done! Yet, the end of one tale is but the start of another. Pray return to the Waking Sands at your earliest convenience. I would apprise you of the present situation in person.
Well, I know you wouldn't want it any other way, Lady Minfilia, so the quest is officially accepted, and we can bid adieu to Commander Hulwa and the Twin Adder for now. So, with that, time to teleport over to... Oh, it's gonna cost me an arm and a leg to go back to, there. So I'll meet you guys back over at Horizon and at the Vesper Bay where the signs of the Seventh Dawn are in just a moment, so be right back. Okay, so we have now made it back to Vesper Bay and I'm on the signs of the 7th Dawn, and someone already went in the door before I did, but yeah, in order to continue on, we want to speak with Tataru first, so let's speak with this little Lalafell.
Well, if it isn't my favorite adventurer, welcome back, Edie.
Yeah, I'll bet you say that to everyone who comes through these doors, am I right?
Lady Minfilia awaits you within the silver. Please enter at your leisure.
Will do. So, into the waking sands we shall go yet again, to speak with the one and only Lady Minfilia, a beautiful blonde lady who's very intellectual as well, something that you cannot often say about a blonde, but in this instance it is indeed true, and I guess I could also say the same thing about the Elder Seedseer, for she is also a very intellectual blonde. Yeah, take that, Reese Witherspoon. Oh, and Alpha Note is here.
Am I given to understand that the matter of Ramu has finally been resolved?
Yeah, who knew that we'd find Alpha Note here?
I fear resolved bespeaks a permanence we cannot rightly claim, yet I am well satisfied that the Lord of Leven will not trouble us in the foreseeable future. Your satisfaction is assurance enough for me. How fares the investigation? Well enough. Thancred is sparing no efforts. There are many, and one, just as he suspected. Their purpose, however, eludes us still.
And do we really need the eat a crotch shot there?
I see. I've been meaning to ask, but is Alice quite well? I feel as if I've scarcely seen her in recent days.
Oh, you haven't, and nor have I, alas.
Alice has chosen to walk her own path, stubborn girl, but you may be assured that our destination remains the same. And on that note, I take my leave of you. I trust the Baldesian report will serve you well.
Yeah, and spoiler alert, I know exactly what's about to become of Alice thanks to my first avatar.
I take it we can proceed as discussed? Why do you ask? You scarce need my permission to act.
And so Alpha Node will take his leave. And no sooner does he leave, than Edie comes right in. Hello again, Alpha Node, it's been a while. What? No hello? No wave? No high five? No handshake? Nothing?
It's good to see you again, Edie.
Well, it's good to see you too as well, Lady Minfilia. And hey, even a round of applause, Mida. Or Ida. Yeah, I keep wanting to call her Ida, but that's not how it's pronounced.
I've been looking forward to congratulating you on your triumph in the Twelveswood. Owing to your efforts, conflict has been averted. Truly, you have done the Scions proud. With that, we can strike Ramu from the list. So who's next? The Sahagin and Leviathan? The Lord of the Hall has not answered his minion's call of late, nor is he expected to do so in the near future. While the Sahagin remain as aggressive as ever, they lack the quantity of crystals required to call forth their god. As with the Sylphs, we can leave them to their own devices, for a time at least.
And so, what do we do next?
For a time bears repeating, we can ill afford to fall complacent. It is as Ishtola says, unless we know the minds of the beast tribes, we cannot predict with any certainty when next the Primal will return to plague the land. This being the case, we must proceed with as much haste as prudence allows. Any word on Titan? The Maelstrom keeps the kobolds under constant observation. We shall hear from them ere long, you may depend upon it. Indeed. So then, all of the known primals that have been active in recent times, we are left with... Gridania! Wait, I meant Garuda! Who's the primal of the Ixor who live near Gridania? Yes, that's what I meant! So many moons to cover. Would that there a more efficient way to conduct our surveys? were he still with us, we should not long have wanted for a more practical solution.
And do you have anything to chime in there? She's not wrong. She's not wrong there. Where in the world are you, Chief? And I don't think Wedge has a response to that.
But one short step at a time. Henceforth, the Order of the Twin Adder will handle all matters pertaining to the Sylphs, under the sage guidance of the Seed Seers. I bid you all a moment's joy, a moment's respite. You have earned it.
And so, away they go. But I believe Edie will be remaining behind in order to further have conversation with Lady Minfilia. All decked out in his Lancer's green.
Is there something else, Edie?
Well, go ahead and speak my piece.
Beg pardon? A man named Lahabrea, sporting a red mask and robed in black. 12 preserve! Prior to the calamity, the Scions took great pains to remain hidden. Why would they choose to cast off their veil of secrecy now? Gods, this bodes ill. We must take advantage of the present lull in primal hostilities and investigate this Lahabrea. Learn all we can of him and his designs. I dread to...
Uh-oh. Tataru screams.
Tataru!
And away we run. Yes, our little Lalafell is in distress. What is striking fear into her heart? Well, it's actually not anything that strikes fear into the heart.
A sylph? In Thanalan?
Yeah, strange, huh? A plant-based creature in a desert? Not very helpful or healthy for it.
At long last, this one finds working one, Edie! This one is most dependable of these ones, is sent by elder one Frixio to help working ones.
Yeah, as a diplomat of sorts.
This one is called Noraxia. This one comes as a friend. Let these ones be friends.
Yeah, Tataru, don't be so scared. Yeah, she's not tempered.
But pleasure to meet you, Noraxia.
Yeah, so another joins the ranks of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Certainly unexpected, it being a sylph. Because they are best known to keeping to themselves and staying in their beautiful little solace. So yeah, we gotta speak with Minfilia again. Hey, Thancred, how's it been? It's been a while since we've seen you. Oh, Edie, pray do not concern yourself with my welfare. My current investigation has yielded some curious results, and at present I am pondering how best to proceed. Well, good luck to you there, Thancred. Now, yeah, we gotta go back into the room. We gotta go back into the room, speak with Minfilia again. Yeah, we could have just ended it there, but no, Square Enix decided to prolong this quest. Lady Minfilia?
Yes, Tataru is as ready to express her fight as she is to express everything else. Not all of us are forged of the same steel as you, I'm afraid. But it takes all kinds to make a family, and it pleases me to know and to see ours continue to grow. One by one, the people of Eorzea are beginning to unite, Edie, drawn to the hope that shines within you.
And every single other gamer who ever touches this game.
Yet the darkness threatens to engulf this light. Never have I doubted the Scions' presence, but they have grown so brazen as to carry out their work in plain sight, fills me with a sense of deep foreboding.
Well, we'll know more about that as we complete this quest. And Edie is almost about to get to level 31. Yeah, in fact, he only needs like 7,500 points to get there. So let's take on this next level 24 challenge entitled Shadow of Darkness. Minfilia would have you investigate the mysterious Lahabrea. So, what could we possibly know about this guy?
I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Edie. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Scion known as Lahabrea. This is an ideal moment to do so while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Scions, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each Grand Company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Uldar to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Edie.
I shall do just that, Lady Minfilia. And so our next main story quest is accepted. So, let's see, can we make this easy on myself? Well, maybe not to the tune of 192 gil, so I will meet you guys back in Uldar, where we will go to the Hall of the Flames, home to the Immortal Flames, and speak with the man in charge, so be right back. Okay, so we have now come back to Uldar, and here on the steps of Nald, we're now standing at the building that is the Hall of Flames. And so, just because I'm a sucker for being someone who wants to do things properly, as in far as... well, you know where I'm going with this. Speaking to one member of a Grand Company while wearing the attire of my own Grand Company, like, proper respect and all that, because, yeah, these guys are, saluting me as I'm coming in. Thank you, gentlemen. So, yes, Flame Commander Swift, you are the gentleman I wish to speak to. Commander Swift? The Masked Man. Ah, you all have come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanalan. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Kakiran. Fate can be such a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on the trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travellers. Folks are always coming and going, and some of them may have well caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak to a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always stop for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention whether or not you have the coin to mine or the mind to spend it. And so, I will now go over to, since there is no Aetheryte near Highbridge, I will meet you guys back over at Drybone. So I'll meet you guys back over at Drybone, and we'll continue on with the quest. So, back in a moment. Okay, so we now made it back to Camp Drybone, but of course, this is not our final destination. Our final destination is going to be out that direction. It's not actually all that far. And there are also a couple of other side challenges we could take on if we are so inclined. In fact, I may even want to do so. May want to help the people out at Highbridge, because they do have a few quests available. I mean, it gives us something to do to add to the video, you know. I mean, it can't all just be plot, 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 right? So as we make our way over towards the Highbridge, which has quite the high step count, as you are about to see. So yeah, we just come to the base of the Highbridge here, and so yeah, lots of steps, also a lot of ramps as well. Of course, to get cargo along, they have to have a ramp proper for them to use. So, speaking to Hihibaru.
Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably.
Yeah, I like this name Hihibaru because it reminds me, I don't know if anyone was watching the NFL draft last night, but the Green Bay Packers drafted a guy whose first name is Ha-Ha. And so, looking at this name, Hee-Hee, it kind of makes me want to laugh a little more. And yeah, I always wondered, why would someone be named Ha-Ha? I mean, people seriously need to stop creating names for their children that causes them to be ending up on the Maury show with the parents taking a paternity test. Yeah, that was dark, but hey, that pretty much does happen, because seriously, when have you ever seen a paternity test show on the Maury Povich show where the child actually had a name that you could actually spell correctly?
You're after a masked man? I'm not sure if I have one of those in stock.
That's definitely worth a hee-hee and a ha-ha.
Oh, you're after a masked man! Why didn't you say so sooner? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, eh?
And so with that, this task is now completed. So, while we're here, why don't we help out these guys with their quest before we continue on with the Hibaru. Let's open up by speaking with Helmhart, who has a level 24 challenge entitled Hair Club for Hewer. Helmhart of Highbridge could use an adventurer's assistance with a hair-raising problem. I'm not gonna need Jean Delane for this, am I? You, yes you, adventurer. I need you to fetch 3 bottles of Furball blood, and do so with all haste. Where to find Furball blood, you ask? Why, from Furball's, of course. Now hurry, this is a matter of life and death. So yes, the matter of life and death is actually just across the bridge on the other side. So let's go ahead and make our way there. Yeah, the bridge is high because, as you can see, that is a long way down. I don't know if you can necessarily see it all that well because we're fighting at night, but I can assure you it is a long way down. So stepping into Wellrook Wood and into the red circle here, it lets us know that the target enemy should be close by. Hopefully, yep, there they are. Alright, I'm going to change back over to my regular warrior's attire. Take off the headgear because it looks really silly. And start beating up a bunch of furballs. And furballs are like... They're kind of like hybrids between lambs and hedgehogs. And I don't know who at Square Enix decided that this was a good idea for a monster, but it certainly looks funny. I can't help but think that it looks like a combination of a lamb and a hedgehog. And we only need to kill 3 of them. Alright, go. Continue on with slaying adorable little furballs. Yeah, why are they not Furbies? Yeah, who's old enough to remember the Furby? I mean, you definitely have to go back a bit to remember the Furby. It was the last big fad toy, the last big fad stuffed animal before the end of the 20th century. Yeah, it was the one thing you wanted to hold on to when you weren't preoccupied with your Tamagotchi. Yeah, because at the time you certainly were going to have a Tamagotchi as well. I myself never had one, but my sister did. Yeah, my sister got dragged into the Tamagotchi craze at the end of the 90s. Which I never understood why, because she was deeply compassionate about our actual real-life pet. Which was a little dog, by the way. It was a poodle cross, was what it was. Anyway, Mr. Helmhart, I have your Furball blood. Well, have you brought the Furball blood I asked for? If so, then hand it over and quickly now. Yes, sir. At long last, my friend, you're a godsend. Now, how did it go? Oh yes, stir twice, a dash of spittle, shake twice more, and voila! And yes, he said spittle, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, in other words, his own saliva. Well, what are you waiting for, friend? Grab yourself a dollop and start spreading. My scalp cries out for succor. Oh, and do not try to miss the spot. Yeah, this just got awkward. Apply the hair tonic, consisting of Furball blood and human saliva, to Helmhart's head. Alright, here we go. Ooh, ah! My, that tingles! Why, I can already feel my pores opening. In no time at all, our flowing locks are full long! Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that's what this quest is all about. And it is hilarious. I can't thank you enough, friend. What with the sun beating down the way it does in these parts, the world passes for potentially fatal affliction. And so, we get the points, the gil. And since neither of these potions against enemy are all that impressive, let's take the bronze piece for 100 gil, and in so doing, put Edie up to experience level 31. Brum. Now let's go over to the other side. Let's open with Claudian. Claudian. So, he has a level 24 challenge entitled Strawman Defense. The researcher Claudian can use an adventurer's assistance in dispatching some bothersome birds. Yeah, if you're reading the title of this correctly, I think you know where we're going with this. Do not look down, Claudian. You must not. You will not. You cannot look. Ah! Yeah, vertigo, clearly. By the 12, my good man, you frighten me half to death. But you must forgive me, I've been a bit restless of late, what with those winged nightmares swooping in from every which direction, pecking and poking and pricking at me. Well, you're wearing a robe. I don't know how they can be gaining too much real estate on you in terms of causing you pain and suffering. Unless they're ripping open holes in your robe, then that could be very indecent. I might as well pack up my instruments and go home, as I won't be getting an ounce of research done. If, however, a kind adventurer like yourself were to use these scarecrows to drive the birds away, here will be another story. What do you say? And so, we just have to put these scarecrows on the opposite side of the bridge. So, let's put a little spring in our step in order to accomplish this. Yeah, I could use the chocobo, but hey, sometimes you gotta use your own legs. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta use your own legs. Sometimes you've gotta be a man and prove that you don't always need a chocobo to get yourself from point A to point B, that you're capable of being just fine on your own. Even though riding a chocobo is really cool, sometimes you have to be capable of demonstrating that you are indeed a man. So, starting over here. Here's destination number 1. Set down the first scarecrow. And so, there it is. Yeah, not the most impressive looking scarecrow in the world, but hey, it certainly is a good patch job. And then, the way they set this up, you have to get to the other locations from very unusual positions. I may be forced to fight these buzzards, and in fact I'm pretty much expecting that I will have to. Oops, did I? Yeah, I think I did. Or was there another way I could go? Because I know for a fact that, yeah, there's one down here. But I don't think I can run down. No, I can't fall down there. No, they won't give me the opportunity. Let me... not that. Yeah, show off there, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's actually 2 different opportunities I could do so on the one side. Trying to remember how to get downstairs. Oh, here it is, right here. Yeah, I've done this before, but it was like a number of weeks ago. And with my first avatar, so naturally I've only done this once. So, there goes Handmade Scarecrow number 2. And then the other 2 spots are going to be underneath the bridge, because yeah, you have to come underneath the bridge to hit spots 3 and 4. Yeah, just remember that now. So, here goes Scarecrow number 3. Yeah, I wouldn't want to be the guy that jumps off into the oblivion there. And then, final spot. And that's all there is to it to completing this task. Now what we have to do is just go back to Claudian. And this time I will pull out the chocobo because, hey, why not? And this time I will use my chocobo to run up these wooden stairs. Now you can never do that with a horse, ever. Only with an impressive, majestic, 2-legged chocobo could you run up wooden stairs. And not crush them. Alright, Claudian. How fare you? Do not look. Oh, you've seen to the birds, have you? Splendid work, friend. Now, to head back down and return to my research. Worry not, I'll be along any moment now. Be on your way. And so, more experience in Gil. And he even has another challenge for us, so, why don't we take it right now? Level 25 challenge entitled Scholarly Funds. Claudian needs to secure additional resources for his research. Ah, greetings. Thanks to you, friend, my research has finally gotten off the ground. So many discoveries to be made and ancient wonders to be restored. including the one that's directly in front of you, because, yeah, if you can see it in the background, that is an impressive excavation. And yet I have only these two hands with which to do my work. If I could only convince the Order of the potential significance of my work, perhaps they would be willing to dispatch aid. I have here a report of my findings thus far. Might you be so kind as to deliver it to Kyokyozo at Thal's Respite? And so that place is actually not that far from here. It's to the east of the Highbridge. And in fact, as I will demonstrate because I can, once we speak with Kyokyozo, I'll show that there is a particular point of interest here at this location in Eastern Thanalan. So once you cross over into the Welwick Wood, and yeah, it does say wood because it's still dark, but you can now start seeing more trees around. Because as we go along, we'll be actually making our way to a location that, when I first came around this way, I did not think that it was possible to reach this particular location. Because having traveled the different ways that I did, I was thinking each of these locations was secluded from each other. Thanalan, Lanosea, and the Black Shroud. But, having played this game, I have discovered that is not necessarily true. So, speak with Kyokyozo.
Welcome, adventurer. May you find respite from your hardships.
And I should be saying respite because that's how it's pronounced. I have a report for you, milady.
You bring a report from Claudian of Highbridge? A most welcome surprise. Indeed, I was prepared to wait months before that young one made any significant progress. What's this? The ruins date back to the latter Beldan era? And the house of the final resting place of Lalafuto IV himself? The historical implications for this research are beyond anything the Order had imagined. I must arrange for additional researchers and supplies to be sent to Highbridge immediately.
And with that, ta-da, quest complete. Yes, it's just that simple. So yes, go further east from here, and yeah, you're not seeing things. That says South Shroud. We're pretty much right at the border between Ul'dah and Gridania. Yeah, these two territories actually share a land border with each other. The same cannot be said for Limsa. It is secluded on an island, and I was always wondering, once I found that Ul'dah and Thanalan shared a land border, I became obsessed with trying to see if such a thing existed with Limsa and Lanosea. But unfortunately, that will never happen, sadly. No, Limsa is on an island, and thus is Lanosea in turn. But that'd be really cool, though, if all three places in the game actually had land connections to each other. That would be pretty sweet, I think. I mean, I kind of feel bad for Limsa that they get isolated, and that the only way you can get there is by boat or airship. Right, let's take on Gogoshu's challenge. He has a level 24 challenge entitled Buzz Off, Birds! The researcher Gogoshu can use an adventurer's assistance in dispatching some bothersome buzzards.
We have been dispatched here by the Order of Nathal to conduct a thorough investigation of these ruins. We've only begun to scratch the surface, yet it is already clear that they house countless untold secrets from the age of Beldia. Secrets which will remain hidden forever if something is not done about those accursed buzzards! Ever since they began nesting across the chasm, we have spent more hours wiping their droppings off our tomes than doing research of any sort. I ask you not to eradicate the entire species. The buzzard is a clever bird. Slay four or so, and I suspect the rest of the flock will find somewhere else to roost.
And thus, the buzzards are back on the other side. Yeah, we ran into them, but we didn't actually engage in combat with them before. But that'll change here. And this time, now we actually do engage in combats. Yeah, we've only done it one other time so far in this particular episode. But we'll get more opportunities to engage in combat again eventually. I can assure you all of that. That will indeed be occurring. Alright, so let's start with you out on the far right. Yeah, level 25. I should be able to beat these guys without any difficulty. Let's light them up and take them out. And load it. There we go. And that one's dead. Who's ready to be victim number 2? Well, you're certainly wide out in the open, and you have no reinforcements nearby, so we'll strip you of your wings and feathers. And yeah, I should have used my final full thrust. And that one's down. Yeah, we're on a roll. Let's just keep it going. They're so close by, and they're not teaming up against me. So, really no reason to not continue having a full head of momentum. And now for you. You're the last one on my list. And no, your kiss is not on my list. Yeah, why would I want to kiss a bird? Well, I could kiss my chocobo if I wanted, but I don't know if that's actually possible. I don't know if kissing is actually an emote in this game. And besides, the only time my chocobo is out to play is when I actually summon it for riding. But in all honesty, there is a way that you can do more with your there is more that you can do with your chocobo. It's not just limited to riding your chocobo. There is more you can do with your chocobo, but we haven't reached a point yet in the game where we can get to expand the profile of our little chocobo. So, let's speak to Gogoshu again and wrap this up.
Free of savage peckings and buzzard droppings at last! I cannot thank you enough, friend. When I make my next historic discovery, you may take pride in knowing that you helped make it possible.
And thus, we get the points, the gil, and our choice of items, which will we be taking. Well, to be honest, I never really use the food at all. I mean, it's definitely something you could use, but for some reason, I've just never really take much into consideration of using it, so I'll just simply take the money. So, that takes care of that. Which means the only task left now over here at Highbridge would be to come back over here to Hihibaru and continue on with the main storyline, but we will take care of that tomorrow. So, with all that taken care of, I'd like to thank everyone for watching the continuation of this Let's Play of Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn, and when I join you again, we will see what important challenge Hihibaru has next. So, as the sun prepares to rise here in Thanalan, until next time everyone, this is Matthew at Navora Autism, saying take care, and I'll see you soon.